Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace a blower motor. This 3-part video here, because there's a lot of in-between stuff. But let me get started. You take the cover off the front. You want to turn off the power. Maybe I should have done that first, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with this unit, it's just that I'm doing this to help with regards to showing you how to do it. We have our power cord here, and we have our wires for the speed taps. I have to pull those out. Now these little speed tap wires, they have a little clip on the end right near the plug. They won't pull out unless you squeeze that plug just a little bit on the very tip, right near the plug. They come out nice and easy when you squeeze them, because they got a little tab that locks them in place. That is a 5/16 screw, so I'm just going to use my multi-screwdriver here instead. There's only 2 of them. So once you have the 2 screws out, the motor will slide out on its rails. And you'll want to hold up on it a little bit, because once it lets go of those rails, it's going to fall like that. So it could go back in. Probably wouldn't hurt anything, but it's not a good idea to let it drop like that. So let's pull it out the rest of the way. And there you have your blower wheel and the motor. So we're going to change those. I'm going to show you the process of changing. Part 2 coming up. Okay, with the motor and wheel blower assembly out, we're going to remove the 3 screws that hold in the motor. Now, a lot of different manufacturers use hex bolts here, but fortunately for InverterCool, we have Phillips screws. Otherwise, you might need an adjustable wrench or a 3/8 impact driver bit. After that, first of all, you want to make sure you've got something against the floor, because we have nice wood floors here, and I've got a box here that was used for shipping it, so that we can avoid any floor damage. But you don't want these to dig into the floor. Now, to do that, some people loosen this bolt first, but I'm going to do it after. There's a set screw here that holds the motor onto the shaft securely so it doesn't slide back and forth on the shaft and make contact with the edges of the balloon. Rust here. It's not bad. I'm just going to take my pliers here, scrape the edges, slide off there. get some sandpaper for that. So we have the motor out now. This belly band here is what holds the motor in place. It's got these arms on it. I've already loosened it some. You can see they're a little bit loose. And I'll show you what to do to make sure they are in the right spot. You see where it is now? There's holes below the band and above the band. This is for motor ventilation. If you cover those up, your motor might overheat. So you want to avoid that. So I'm going to put my pliers on the one side because I don't have 2 wrenches. I forgot to bring my second wrench with me. I'm going to loosen this bolt here. Until those arms start to fall out. Get it to that point. I'm not going to completely take this off because it's just for illustration purposes. Better of an illustration for you, so that when you put the new motor back on the bracket, you'll want to put it in essentially the same place as the old one had, because if you push it too far down towards the end of the motor, the blower wheel or the shroud will be against the motor and it'll grind this surface. If you don't put it in far enough, then what will happen, it will not engage the shaft all the way through the arbor of the wheel. So I want to make sure that we get it in the right spot and that we don't cover up the ventilation holes for the motor. So now that that's back in place, we go ahead and tighten it. When you do that, you want to make sure that these arms are not like halfway in or crooked like that. You know, by halfway in or too far in, I mean like to the point where it's, you can see there's a little indent there with the arm. You want to make sure that indent is right where the band is. Tightening that. Before you tighten it, make sure the arms, again, nice and square with the motor in the right spot. You want to impact it with a 9/16 socket. Probably would have done really good here, but this is for illustrative purposes. You can use the socket, the deep socket, with a wrench on the other side. That's fine too. Alright, so there I have the band back in place. All of the arms are really secure. They're not wiggling around. So then what you do is you take the blower assembly. You got the side with the hub here. Put the hub side face down. And you want to make sure you make a note of where this screw is, because if you try to push the shaft into the hub, and it's not lined up with that screw, the flat side of the shaft is not lined up with that screw, you might end up causing a jam and you won't be able to get it done. So, you know that's facing about right here. So that's what I'm going to try, is to get this flat side of the motor shaft facing about to here. So I'm going to do that, and it should slide in all the way. And there it goes. That's far enough. I think I'm going to turn this motor. Yeah, I'm going to turn that because we want the plugs up top on the motor. And the holes seem to line up a little better like that. So we'll take the screws back in with the washers. One last thing before we put it back in the machine. You see what happens is the wheel is rubbing against this surface because I didn't tighten the nut on the hub. So that's what we gotta do. Push it all the way one way, all the way the other way, get it somewhere in the middle. Nice happy spot where it's not gonna rub anything. And then you tighten that screw back down to hold it in place. I can't forget to do that. I had forgotten to do that one time when I was working on a unit, and yeah, it makes a heck of a racket. Nice and tight. Spin it, make sure it's going to throw some air without rubbing anything. And now we're ready for you to go back in.